Hi, this is Kelly from Crafty Kelly's at www.craftykelly.co.uk. So if you caught my last video, I was playing with the pastel dreams from the Paper Boutique, and now I'm just going to bring some of my unfinished demos from the Lovely Days collection. This was launched last month. It is a beautiful collection, once again with that very different concept of a project pad instead of the traditional topper pad or embellishment pack. So it's a little bit different, but it's really fun to do something a little bit different. So I'll first show you the cards from the show that I did manage to finish for you and demonstrate, and then I've got 3, I think, or 4 cards that I didn't get round to doing. So to start with, we've got this lovely kind of butterfly kind of motif with that. I love that hello paper. It is fabulous. And then we've got a little bit of watercolouring I did just to create that background, and then a really nice kind of those little kind of toppers on top, and a bit of that hello paper because I really liked it. I think it was probably one of my favourites from that collection. Then I've used some of those little words on the side, which are on the project pad, one of the frames, and I snipped out the butterflies because that's one of the papers. And then we also have this bunting, and I made a little easel card. So, as you can see, just an easel card, but in that I've got, or on that, I've got the bunting, which is fun, some of those flowers, and one of those kind of sentiment quotes panels, and then one of the special days. So that's what I managed to do on the show. I always tend to make too many. We all do, just so just in case we have more time than we think we do. So I've got in front of me some of my bits, so I shall try and remember what I had completely designed, but it doesn't always work out like that. It doesn't even on the telly. Sometimes I change my mind midway through doing something. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip you around so you can see my desk. There we go. So what I've got here is some of the items that are in that project pad. So we've got a nice little tickets. We've got one of these really fab they're little envelopes, but I took off the top. A little card that we can write a little something in, a secret note, or whatever it is you like to. One of those butterflies, because I did decorate all these cards generally with one of those butterflies because I just felt it worked. And these are some of the papers. Once again, you've got that kind of 16 colours of backing papers in the collection, double-sided. And then we've got some fab pattern papers as well. They all coordinate beautifully as always when it comes to Paper Boutique. So I'm just going to pop a bit of glue on the back, using a tape runner now just for quickness. And I know, if you know, this one's going to probably run out, isn't it? I hope not. My other ones always just run out like midway. I go through quite a lot of them. Okay, I've not lined it up perfectly, but that'll do. I'm going to take this lovely kind of like candy stripe paper. I think this is nice. And just pop that essentially as I can make it. And then let's just mat and layer this up together, and we'll lift that up with some foam pads. All these papers are uncoated. They are on 160 GSM, so they're not too weighty, but they're not too flimsy either. Because you don't want that, do you? But also equally for our American friends who, you know, postage, you don't want to make something too heavy, because that really has an effect on your postage. To be fair, it does over here too. But you can be mindful of that. Always remember, if you want to, you can always gut the card just to bring that weight down. And ordinarily, when I'm like crafting at home, well, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I always try to, because it just means the paper kit will go a little bit further. There we go. So I've got this nice kind of layered up feature, and then I'm just going to pop a little bit of tape on here. And which one is the, yeah, and then I'm going to just pop some tape on this edge and close that up. Make sure that it doesn't stick on the inside. Got a little bit of something, so I'll just use my finger, wipe that away. I can pop that with that on. I'm just going to tuck my little card in there, just so it's poking out. On the back, we shall stick this down. The design team used it all very different ways in this collection. I thought that was fabulous, the way everybody had their own kind of spin on it, especially as it being kind of like a new concept. There we go. Now I could add more. I could add another sentiment. I could, you know, add a happy birthday, and if I knew where all the stuff was to hand, I think I'd probably add a little happy birthday, so I might come back to that in a second, depending what I've got left over in my bits and bobs. But what I do need to do, I'll transfer you, my laptop screaming at me, I've got to plug you in. So, the joys of technology. The funny thing is I won't be editing this, so you get to see it all. Right, well, let's get that cable out of the way somehow. Oh. Like so. There we go. There we go. Now we're fine again. Oop. Turn that back up and we're good to go again. So, what I'll do is, yeah, I might come back to this if I've got any bits left over from some of the other projects. Let's bring one of this one in. So this one I really wanted to kind of have like some white cardstock, real kind of pop with this is an embossing folder by Tony Darrett, so Stamps by Me, and it's a real deep one, and it's just got such a lovely impression. It's really kind of, it's almost like texture paste, it looks like, or, you know, I don't know what you call it, but it's just really cool. So I've got some of that beautiful paper, and this one's really simple. So I've just taken a piece of white cardstock out of my collection. I've got one of these lovely pattern papers, which we're just... Oh. Because it's got so much white in this, I didn't feel I needed a second piece as a border. I felt that there was enough dark that I didn't need to do that. I am going to put this on a skew whiff, because I do like a skew whiff sometimes. And we've got Hooray Today. I think this was a really nice panel. I like this panel. I'm just going to add some foam pads too, and we can pop that off. I'm going to be probably tucking some bits in or over the top, or I'm going to take that down this corner here and stick those foam pads, so I've got a nice kind of dimensional card. Let's bring in some of these lovely flowers. So these I did snip out by hand. They weren't that tricky to snip out, to be fair. But if you're not one for liking to doing the old snippy, you might not enjoy this as much. Let's tuck that down there. Okay, so now I'm going to have a butterfly here, and then one over here. So you can see like how easy this, once you've got everything kind of snipped out, it can be really nice to work with and really kind of fun, very playful, youthful kind of cards. I really do see like these cards for like fresh, youthful kind of teenager cards. Not to say they're not good for anybody else, of course they are. Now, next one. Lots and lots and lots. So I've got a piece of Linda's very famous black cardstock, which is fabulous, to be fair. And I honestly have used it for years. Even before I actually done any work for Linda herself, whenever I did rare earth shows or any other shows, I've always used Linda's black cardstock. And it is, for me, yeah, the best. Then I've got one of the lovely patterned papers from the collection, and I know Paper Boutique did, or Creative Crafting World did have this on an absolutely still the other day, and it had the embellishment packs too, which we unfortunately aren't able to bring to the channel. There we go. So I've got a nice, like, I love this kind of, it reminds me of like maths paper, like from when I was at school. It's funny, isn't it, the things that you're reminded by. So then I'm just going to take a sliver. Well, actually this was one of the panels as well that was in the project pad. So there was some nice little bits to work with on the project pad, I've got to say. Okay, got them all off. Now I'm just going to take this, just lay it over the top. Those colours just look beautiful together, and what I can start to do is build up my flowers and my butterflies like around the piece. I'll pop you in this corner. Then I've got some more little ones. I'll come back to you, little ones. You can tuck those in there. So I'm almost like framing that. And you can go in the centre here. Just like concealing a little bit of a join there. Lovely kind of floral flourish. And I think we're going to have it coming this way. So actually let's do double whammy of the old dimension. So there we go. So I've got this lovely kind of motif in this corner here. The papers are just really pretty to work with. You can see once again, once I've snipped everything out, the cards just come together really simply. And no two cards I've done are the same. So this is the last one. I'm using some of the washi tape strips. I've got, so this is the pattern paper. I think I expected myself to snip this out, so I'll get my scissors ready. I've got one of the nice little panels and one of the frames, and I've gone for this kind of dark colour, which is kind of nice. Is it dark? Oh, I think I might go dark on light. Yeah. See, I had planned to do dark on dark, but I'm going to do dark on light. So let's first start by getting this down. This card is going to be opening landscape instead of portrait. Let's try and centralise that a little bit, Kel. There we go. Lovely. And then this is going to go on top. Once again, like I've said, you know, if I was cutting out any like bits from my die cuts and stuff, or my punches, because you know I like to use a punch, I would take it out the centre of there, because that bit of card's almost wasted behind there, and then it will always tie together and I don't have to use an extra bit of card. Oh my bad. Oh, oopsie, I should have lined it up a little bit better. Guys, do take your time a bit more than I do. Right, so I've just got a few bits of paper on there. So the Crafter's Companion tape runner is quite strong. Probably a good thing, to be fair. Right, let's try that again. Sorry if my head gets in the way. There we go. That's a little bit better. I say a little bit better. Okay, fabulous. So that's what we're starting with. And then I'm going to use a strip of you just at this bottom half, and a strip of you. And that's just going to be going over that very slightly. So we've got like our washi strips. I think that is going to go around there. Yeah. So this one's going to go on flat at the old wonk. I do like to do things a little bit wonky. Some of my so in the comments, what are your favourite things to craft with? Like, I really love working with dies that are a tatty edge or a stitch. I love a stitch die. I got the like the tatty edge trimmer from Tim Holtz, and I love it. I always want to use it. Oh, a little bit extra there. Oh well. Oh well. Yeah, what are your favourite things to work with? Your favourite kind of tools or dies? What you always go to? Mine, I love a tatty edge die, and I do love a stitch die. I do love a stitch die. Isn't it funny? The things that you kind of gravitate towards. Not that I've used them in this project, but just in general. If you watched the last video, I used my tatty edge dies to make my memory book. Right, let's pop him up there. I don't like things coming over the edge of my card, so if I put that in an envelope, I'd never be able to, it wouldn't fit. So I'll do a little bit of fussy cutting. So those that like a bit of fussy cutting, those that don't. So I try and just keep my paper moving and my scissors still. So I just kind of work round, scissors staying still, like kind of pointed out in front of me. And then it's the paper that I move around. My friend Emma, she loves fussy cutting. I mean, she is the queen of fussy cutting. It's amazing. I don't have the same patience as her. I don't mind a little bit of fussy cutting. I don't like too much fussy cutting. You know, I like to have a die or a scan and cut to do it. Funny, isn't it? So, yeah. And fussy cutting, you only get better with practice. Really only get better with practice. It's that weird kind of like pressure and movement at the same time. It can be quite therapeutic, actually. My ladies that come to class absolutely hate it if I have fussy cutting for them. One in particular, she's so funny, and I miss them all very dearly. I can't wait till we're running classes again. She does hate it if she's got to do some fussy cutting. She does make me laugh. It's funny, isn't it, how craft can really bring us all together. And, you know, when we've not got it, we really do notice it. Now, where are my foam pads gone? Oh, there you go. So I'm just going to take a little bit of foamy pad there. Pop that up there. Oh, might be just overseeing a little bit. Is it? It is. We don't want that, do we? So I when I'm on the old telly box, I have to control my talking to myself because I just jabber away to myself sometimes when I'm making, like when I'm prepping shows and stuff, which I've been doing today. I just end up jabbering on to myself. It's funny, isn't it? When no one's listening. So I'm going to bring this card back in. Oh, let's move some stuff out of the way. I'm going to bring this one back in because I'm not happy. It needs something else. What have I got to hand? What have I got to hand? I have got, so I've cut out a ton of Tony's little die cuts. And look, straight away, let's celebrate. That's all it needs. That's all it needs. Isn't it funny? These are fabulous. Thank you, Tony, for these. They are fabulous. So I'm just going to pop that on with a little bit of glue. Oh, if I can pick it up. And then I'll show you the 4 cards that we have created. Right. There we go. So, like, don't, you know, when you buy paper kits from Linda and the Paper Boutique, you know, don't think that you can't use your own stash of stuff, because you really can. Because you'll have certain things that you love using, like I was talking about. Let me know what your favourite tools are and stuff. So there we go. There we've got this lovely kind of dark card. Shall I flip you around to do this? So we've got this lovely dark card, but with those like pink like pops, which is lovely. We've got the one that we've got the pocket, so this pulls out. And then we've just added that sentiment on the bottom. And we've got the hooray today. I really like this. But I like this kind of like the real bold paper behind, but only a small amount of it showing. And then we've got like our kind of corner accent as well, with our kind of like floral boutique at the bottom. So they were the demonstrations that I didn't get round to on the show. I will try my best to do more videos like this, because I always end up generally with 1 or 2 demo packs left over, because we always overmake just in case. So this has been Kelly from Crafty Kelly. It's at www.craftykelly.co.uk, and I've been playing with the lovely days from the Paper Boutique, and I'll speak to you all again soon. Bye now.